We should get a new president, probably. We shouldn't have like someone like that as like a role model for kids.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Ellery, and today I'm back with another amazing video to check out with you guys. This is called Student Hate Trump SOTU quotes until hearing they are from 2020 Dem candidates. Let's check this out, guys. Now we go to talk less and we react more.
What if I told you all these quotes are actually 2020 Democratic candidates quotes?
Oh.
I'm Cabot Phillips with Campus Reform. This week, President Trump is giving his fourth State of the Union address. I'm in Washington, D.C., getting college students' opinions on quotes from that address. But what they don't know is that all the quotes are actually from 2020 Democratic candidates for president. Will that change their mind? Let's find out. The White House released an early transcript of the State of the Union. Going to get your reaction to a few of the more controversial quotes.
Okay.
Talking to black voters, trying to win their support, saying, quote, "The other side is going to put y'all back in chains." What do you think of that one?
That's inappropriate. That should not be spoken like that.
I mean, I think that's just flat out racist.
Nah, that's pretty horrendous.
We should get a new president, probably. We shouldn't have like someone like that as like a role model for kids.
I don't think anyone is trying to do that.
Talking about North Korea, this administration's success will be judged on whether we can eliminate North Korea's nuclear weapons and verify they're gone once and for all.
Well, that sounds very threatening.
Why would you want to exterminate an entire nation?
As if we're going to be executing him completely.
That it's warmongering, and I also think that there's other things to focus on with North Korea than just nuclear weapons.
I think it would be warmongering, but also it's just like a part of his rhetoric to like assert dominance and like assert American exceptionalism, things like that. So it doesn't really surprise me that he said something like that.
Knowing him, he's very like irrational and yeah.
I'd say slightly inaccurate.
Next up, talking about inner city violence and gun violence, saying, quote, "Those kids think they're going to get killed anyway because all their friends are getting killed. They just don't have any long-term focus or anything. It's a joke to have a gun. It's a joke to pull the trigger to them."
Yeah, so, I mean, he's saying that because these are communities of people of color, and it's not even veiled racism, it's just racism.
That's flat out ridiculous and very just not appropriate language, I feel like.
This girl and the word appropriate.
What?
I think that's pretty unrealistic.
To kind of put all the blame for gun violence on those kids and not the people who are manufacturing them and the people who
Not
are
even
selling
manufacturing,
them
people selling them.
an issue in and of itself.
I feel like that's really belittling to the people in those areas to say, oh, they don't care, when there are many people who are trying to better their situation.
Next up, talking about
Exactly.
Israel-Palestine, obviously hot button issue for a lot of people. Quote, "When Palestine and Hamas put rocket launchers next to hospitals and schools, they're using civilians to protect their military. I believe Israel has a right at that point to defend itself." What's your take?
I think he needs to use more peaceful language, and I think it needs to be taken care of in a more peaceful, diplomatic way.
I'm
Peaceful
very
language.
pacifist, so I really don't support war, so I don't support any of that at all.
Using that kind of language is very charged.
He has Israel messed up. I mean, and a lot of people do, but him especially. I mean, Israel isn't the one that we should be backing at all.
What if I told you all these quotes are actually 2020 Democratic candidates quotes?
Oh, I would believe you.
They are.
Interesting.
Is that surprising?
Yeah.
These are actually all quotes from Democratic candidates in 2020.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think of that?
I don't know.
What if I told you these are actually all quotes from Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and other
really?
Democrat candidates?
Who said the chains one?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden said that.
Yeah.
I did not know that they said that.
The In Chains one, it makes more sense in that context now, and whoever said that, like, that is concerning and not something
Joe
I
Biden.
agree with. Not shocking.
Are you surprised by that, by the quotes? What's your take on that?
Yeah.
I think that everybody I feel like everyone's a hypocrite at some point, a little bit.
We label like who has these
Correct.
thoughts, and like if you're a Democrat you should think this way, and like if you're a Republican you think a certain way. But I think sometimes there are overlapping beliefs that we kind of overlook.
But I think that initially I'm like, oh, he said it, like, let me find something bad about it. So yeah, I think that is fair.
Twitter informs a lot of my political decisions. I mean, Twitter informs a lot of my decisions, period. Twitter is great. I love Twitter, but it's definitely radicalized me to the left a lot more than I think that I would.
I mean, it's all stuff that we kind of associate with the other side, at least, from my understanding. again, the school is mostly liberal.
Yeah, I think often some people would look at what you just said and say, like, oh, my candidate didn't say that, or, you know, like they would never have done that in the past. But I think that, like, everyone's opinions change, and, like, everybody says questionable things now and then, and I think that it's beneficial to accept that.
I think people are very like, okay, if it's what this person is saying, I'm going to find a way to make it bad. And if it's someone that I want to support, then maybe I can find a way to make it sound good.
That's exactly the way it is.
Well, hello there. I'm Kappa Phillips with Campus Reform. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to join our team, we're always looking for new investigators, correspondents, and tipsters. Click right here to learn more about that. If you want to donate to help us make more videos like the one you just saw, click that button there. And if you want to be among the first person to see all of our new content, click that subscribe button right over there. Thanks so much. Hey, I didn't hear you click anything. Did they click one yet?
Anyways, to the main video. It was, most of the comments he put were racist, aggressive, and just, if I'm to borrow that young lady's word, inappropriate in more ways than one. Why would you want to totally exterminate a whole nation? No matter what, nothing gives you that right. Then why would you, typically, I can't even remember the way he put that very first comment, but that was just too bad. Then the one on gun violence, saying you guys didn't care. It was more of the kids' problem, and in fact, all those comments were so bad. And it's funny how the student just readily believed that it was Trump that said this, because evidently they don't really like him. And hearing, the switch up hearing is from 2020 candidates. I do like how mature they were in this case. The tall guy on green said most of his decisions were influenced by Twitter, and it's kind of engineered him more to the left than not. Then the girl, the African American there, she said, because someone, I'm just going to use Democrat and Republican, because someone is a Democrat or Republican doesn't mean that they have to think one certain kind of way, because at some point there are overlapping beliefs that everybody just overlooks, and she has a very valid point there. And the girl who said she was a pacifist, she doesn't support anything wars, she said something. She said, most students would be, when they hear this kind of quote, they'd be like, okay, because it came from this person, I don't like him, I'll do everything in my power to make sure it looks bad. Or if they hear it from someone they like, they're like, I'll do everything in my power to make sure it looks good. Just because you're either in favor or not in favor with whoever that said it. You see, the girl on brown said something. She said, everyone is a hypocrite at every point in time. You see, if most of the people on the left, or as they said, it's mostly a liberal college, if most of them could actually be this calm and mature when discussing with conservatives or people from the right, I believe we could even see, or they could even see where they agree, according to that young lady, overlapping beliefs that we choose to overlook. But it's all good. It's all good. It was so funny how it turned out to be people on their side though. Anyway guys, tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and please leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.